Welcome once again. We are live, everyone, from the Nehemiah Center on the campus of Whitensville Christian School. Boys varsity action tonight. Out of conference game. As we get closer and closer to the end of the year, the Crusaders looking to build on that big win Monday against St. Bernard's, but they are going to have a huge test as a team all the way from Brookline, the Maimonides MCATs, who are 11-0. They are undefeated and right now have a ranking of 25 in the Division IV MIAA power rankings. The MCATs feature almost all seniors on this team. They only have 3 players, 2 sophomores and a junior that aren't seniors. So we'll see how they do next year, but this year, tons of experience. They got height, they got shooting. So the Whitensville Christian Crusaders come in after their win on Monday. They come in 7-7, 500 record on the year. So the Crusaders, if they could pick up this win, it would be huge for their confidence and for their standing to try to get a play-in game in the MIAA tournament postseason play. We'll talk more about that, of course, as we always do at halftime. But the Crusaders looking to build on that win Monday. This will be a much, much bigger test. Monday night, they got some great scoring all over the lineup. They split it with the Dieters, Caleb and Gabe, Isaiah Plantinga, and of course Cam Damaris. Got some good help off the bench. So they're going to try to build on that. They're going to need their offense flowing like it was a couple weeks ago when they beat Douglas and Sutton. The MCATs will be a very similar kind of test like Douglas and Sutton were. So the Crusaders are used to it. They played Nipmuc. They have some tough conference battles against a lot of those teams. So they're used to tough opponents, and it's going to be like that. If they want to win this at home, they're going to have their best outing. They're going to have to limit the turnovers, rebound the basketball, and get some good outside shooting. I don't think they're going to be able to depend solely on Caleb Dieters down low. Some definite height on this MCATs team. So we'll, in a second here, we will join the starting lineups and national anthem, and I'll be back with you after that. Okay, so once again, a Wednesday night boys varsity game. The MCATs from Maimonides all the way from Brookline. These teams started playing each other last week. They played, or last year, I should say. Coach Badgham of Whitensville Christian lived in Brookline for the year. He no longer does, but somehow made that connection. And I think it's great. It's an all-Jewish school playing an all-Christian school, and I think that's a great partnership. And hopefully, years to come, it's a little tough because they're quite a ways away. So once again, left to right will go the MCATs. They're in blue, dark blue, red numbers. And the Whitensville Christian Crusaders are in white, going right to left on your screen. The MCATs get the tip right away. Go on offense. Whitensville Christian plays a little bit of man and zone this year. They're in man-to-man to start this thing. That's going to be get worse. Get worse. Back to Schwartz. Moving the ball well. That Weinstock's number 21. That's Schwartz fires. Oh, immediately Canner uses his size and bullies Plantinga down low and is able to get the offensive rebound. Just as we said from up top, on the top I should say, the Crusaders really need to get on the glass, not let up more than one shot. Plantinga all the way to the hoop. Good drive, no good. Caleb Dieters gets a strong board. Dieters up fake, good spin. Dieters just rolls out for Caleb. Great move. Wide open underneath the hoop. It's Nate Weinstock. Makes it 4-0 right away. Once again, this MCATS team are undefeated coming in. Tough test. Gabe Dieters is going to fire from three. Gabe drills it, so that's a big three-pointer to keep him in the game right here, 4-3. But here comes the MCATs right away. Josh Canner. I think Canner wanted the foul. Weinstock was complaining as well. The ball went out of bounds. Back to the Crusaders, down one here early. Gabe Dieters with that early three. Love to see the freshman get his offense going. Here comes Caleb. Gabe's going to fire again from the same spot. This time no good. The board from Greenberg. Still man. It's Weinstock. Spins, loses it. Oh, he gets it back. Weinstock, great hustle play to keep that alive. It looked like ball goes out of bounds. That one was tipped out. It looked like Plantinga was able, if he could have grabbed that ball from Weinstock, might have had a free layup at the other end, but Nate's got those long arms, strong senior, was able to get it back. They get it down low to Greenberg. Greenberg turns, no good. But another rebound from Canner. Fortunately for Coach Badgham's team, Canner travels and turns the ball over. Right away early you see the aggressive, especially Josh Canner, number 33, has been getting on the boards. There's no reason for that. Crusaders got to box him out. Cam Damaris hasn't had a shot yet. He's going to get one here. Cam fires from deep and puts it in. Cam Damaris, 6'4", exactly what they need. Some offensive shooting. That looks like another travel. They call nothing. So Gabe Dieters is able to get it out on the break. They got numbers if they want it. Gerwertz was able to get back. Cam's going to fire again. That one way off, but almost. Weinstock almost loses it, but sometimes you see that with Damaris. He makes a good shot, and then he kind of gets a little impatient to shoot it again. Good steal. Great front from Caleb. Dieters might go right to work here on Canner. Plantinga from the corner rattles out. Weinstock cleans off the board. 6'4", Crusaders. Weinstock on Caleb. He fires back. They got a corner three ball. Swish. Avi Schwartz makes it 7-6. Got to contest those open threes. Gabe looked like he might have wanted that. He's already had 1 for 2. Instead, he's going to go great spin, and he's going to get the foul. They're going to say it's on the floor. Beautiful spin move by Gabe Dieters. That'll be the first foul for either team. We're 3.5 minutes into this one. They're going to call that one on Nate Weinstock. First, obviously, of his. First personal for Weinstock. Plantinga, wide open, good feed from Gabe Dieters. Crusaders get back. It's 8-7, 1 point advantage early. Canner now out up top. Canner, you got to watch him on the glass. Right now, they've gone to the zone. So Coach Badgema mixing it up a little bit on defense to keep him guessing. Oh, Plantinga almost got another steal. But Aaron Banks, who's checked in, was able to grab it. That time, Gabe had it, but he lost it out of bounds. But with the aggressive defense, there's only 8 seconds left on the shot clock. So the MCATs are going to have to fire. Crusaders stay with their man and contest and then rebound. Gayworth gets it in, or doesn't get it in, but man, another rebound. Schwartz loses it, but then gets it back. Another rebound by Canner. I think Canner's now got 5 offensive rebounds. Weinstock, big charge there. Weinstock's now going to pick up his second personal foul. Definitely one of the impact senior players for this team, and he's going to have to come out early as Jonathan Greenberg will check back in. Weinstock with that charge, 2 personal. The clock has it wrong. They have 1 personal on number 12. That was 21, and that's his second. Caleb a little bit short. He pulled the string. He's got to use that glass. He's usually so good. But he gets back. Great hustle play by Caleb Dieters. As it looked like Jonathan Greenberg, number 0, was wide open for a potential layup, but Caleb got his hand on it. Plenty of time on the shot clock here. Crusaders have a 1 point lead. That's going to be Schwartz for 3 again. That one rattles out. Another rebound by Canner. Canner's going to set a record for offensive rebounds in the first quarter. Possession arrow will go over to the Crusaders. Honestly, if I'm out number 33 on blue, and you'll be good. Maybe that's why Zach Casey's about to check in. Good steal by Avi Schwartz. Avi Schwartz got that one. Banks looks down low to Greenberg. Greenberg lays it in and gets a chance for a 3-point play. 2:43 left, first quarter. That'll be Cam's first team foul for the Crusaders in this one. Junior cheerleaders back. They were at a girls varsity game last week, so if you weren't able to see that, you're in for a treat for sure. Down 10-8. McAllister distributes over to Gabe Dieters. Gabe behind the back. Oh, Gabe would have loved to have seen him fire that, but Gabe didn't feel confident about it. Now he gets it stolen. Cam Damaris, they got to get on the floor. McAllister does. It's going to be tied up. So the MCATs will have the arrow. Ball will go back to them with 2:21 left. 10-8 is the MCATs lead. It's an interesting play they have there just to make sure they get the inbounds. Another 3 ball from the corner. Avi Schwartz getting warm. He's heating up. It's 13-8. 2 minutes left in this quarter. Caleb's going to need to go to work. He does. Off the glass and in. Great lay-in by Caleb Dieters. 13-10, just under 2 to play first quarter. Looks like also Micah Dieters is going to check in. He's at the scorer's table. Wide open is Ronan Gayworth's no good. Cam Damaris looks like he's going to go all the way himself. He gets it to go, and the foul. Great drive by Cam. has a chance to tie this. It's 13-12 with Damaris the opportunity to finish the three-point play at the line. That'll be the first on Jonathan Greenberg. 3 team fouls for Maimonides. So Zach Casey's in off the bench. Isaiah Plantinga went there early. Looks like Mike is going to come in for Cam because he didn't come in there. Cam was at the free throw line. 13-12, 1 point. MCAT's lead. Good steal by Cam. Gabe's able to pick it up. It's a 3-on-2. Gabe's going to power it to Zach Casey confidently from the corner. No good. Gabe now with the rebound. Gabe Dieters put back and in. Gives the Crusaders a lead again. 14-13. Back and forth we go. They could tie that up. They could have trapped that with this zone. Just under a minute to play. Cheerleaders trying to get the defense going here. Schwartz. Looks like as Avi Schwartz went to go by Zach Casey, Casey bodied him a little bit. Zach gets his first. Yeah, so Micah Dieters gave them some good minutes the last few games. He's checking in. He just checked in for Cam Damaris. So better rebounding on the court, but less shooting right now for the Crusaders. That was Zach Gelb, number 43, another big body for the MCATs. Gelb's one of the few non-seniors. He's a junior. I'm assuming the son of the coach or nephew, same last name. Just falls off the rim that time from Avi Schwartz. Crusaders knock it out of bounds and lose an opportunity for another possession. So there will be almost no difference, just 0.6 difference between shot clock and the game clock. MCATs don't look like they care. They just want to get a good shot here. We're going to get another illegal screen, so the ball will go back to Crusaders. That's going to be 4 team fouls on the MCATs. Zach Gelb got his first personal. So 20 seconds left. Crusaders just want a good shot, up 1. Looks like they're going to hold it for, if not the last shot, they're going to hold it under 10 at least. Casey looks down low to Caleb. Good up fake. Caleb Dieters goes to work. Off the glass and in. One last opportunity here for, that's going to be Canner. He did not get it off. Oh, man, Canner put it off the glass and in from just past the half-court line. But he took too long, shot it after the buzzer. All right, so here come the junior cheerleaders. If just a quick cartwheel. So coming in, MCAS have not lost a game. One of the key stories of the first quarter is Nate Weinstock, senior veteran player for the MCATs, picked up 2 quick fouls. They've been kind of riding Avi Schwartz. A couple of big threes in the MCATs. Offensive rebounding by Josh Canner. I mean, Canner is, pretty good height, but he's not, 7 feet tall out there. They just got to get a body on him. And I think that's what had brought Micah Dieters and Zach Casey in. So right now, Gabe Dieters is going to get a break. Watch out. That's almost trapped. Zach Casey throws it away, and, man, that's going to give Gewurz an opportunity. No good. Canner with another rebound, but I think he was stepping out of bounds. Canner just has a knack. He's like Dennis Rodman for you old school basketball fans, constantly getting on the offensive glass. That time, his foot was on the end line. So MCATs go into this zone, really keying on Caleb. They don't want Caleb. Now they're man-to-man, or it's like a matchup, zone matchup. Good drive by Dylan McAllister, but he can't get it to fall, and MCAT's down 3, just getting started here, second quarter. Aaron Banks checking back in here. Once again, MCAT's away blue and red, going left to right. They have the ball right now. They get it to Schwartz. So the MCAT's coaching staff, they want them to start their offense higher up on the offensive end. Back to man they go. That's Canner with Plantinga on him. Zach Casey gets his hand in there, knocks it out of bounds, and away from Avi Schwartz. 16 seconds on the shot clock. One of the keys for Crusaders here, don't go in one of those offensive droughts that they sometimes get themselves in trouble. A drive by Gayworth's no good. Here comes Plantinga. Plantinga gets it back out to McAllister. McAllister gets it almost stolen by Greenberg. Greenberg knocked it out of bounds. So 25 seconds still on the shot clock. Plenty of time for the Crusaders. Who's going to make the shots right now? You got Caleb Dieters has been playing really well down low. Plantinga's out there. Isaiah's really going to need to go to work here with this lineup on the court, and he almost does. Doesn't go in, but Caleb crashes. Canner's able to get it. Oh, man. Caleb, unlucky foul there. Hopefully that doesn't come into play. It's only his first, but this is one of those games. Really, every game is one of those games, but this one especially can't have foul trouble for Caleb Dieters with the height that they have. Zach's able to, without looking, oh man, he's able to steal it. I figured they'd call jump ball there. He took it right out of Avi Schwartz's hands. Great play by Zach Casey. Plantinga, why not from 3? No good. Canner with another board, this time the defensive variety. 16-13 remains to score. They're going to call a foul on the floor. They're going to get Dylan McAllister. That's his first personal. 5:36 left in this first half. 3 team fouls already. Long 3 from Schwartz, no good. Long rebound. Schwartz is able to somehow get it, and he gets it back to Gayworth's. Gayworth's misses. That looked online, but he misses. So here comes Plantinga, who just missed a 3. Plantinga's going to take it down low. Little off 1 foot. Man, Micah battles. These refs really let him battle for the rebound. Micah got it taken away. About 5 left, first half. They're going to check the starters back in. Cam Demarison, Gabe Dieters. All the way to the hoop goes Aaron Banks. Big hoop for Banks. Makes it 16-15. Crusaders are in one of those droughts offensively. Haven't scored yet in this quarter. They need a hoop in a big way here. Up 1. Plantinga is going to try to get it. Oh, man, he thought maybe he got a bump. They don't call it. Little teardropper from Zeke. Doesn't go. Canner can't hit. Caleb was able to grab the board, and back on offense they go. Really need to get Damaris and Gabe back in this game, but they can't get a whistle just for their offense. Comes Canner again. Gayward, Canner wide open from 3, and he makes it. Timeout. Coach Badgema can't get his subs in, plus now down 18-16. They have not scored here in the second quarter. See the junior cheerleaders here. So in the second quarter, we're already more than halfway through this quarter. Crusaders, no points. That's just been a problem all season. As they'll go in some spurts where you're like, they're always good defensively, but just offensively they go through some spurts where you're like, yeah, this team's clicking, and then the hoop just dries up on them. We'll see it getting Cam Damaris and Gabe Dieters back in, the starters, see if that gets the offense back moving again, Coach Badgema's direction. Fortunately, with their defense being strong here, only down 2. They had a 3-point lead at the quarter. Gabe going to get called for steps. He moved his pivot foot. Coach Dieters yelling instructions to his son, Gabe. Zach Elb to Canner. That one was off by, that was Danny Missigee. Off the bench, number 15, Danny Missigee. He was the one that fired that last 3, no good. Cam made that early 3, hasn't had much of an opportunity since. Offline there as he drove it into the lane. Canner again wide open is Missigee, but Missigee, instead of shooting that wide open shot that he had, tried to roll to the hoop, but he got called for travel. 2:42 left in this first half. Tight one. Dieters bumps Cam. Damaris back to Gabe. Gabe looks for the pick. He's going to roll to his left. He loses it, keeps the dribble. And a great tie-up down low by Josh Canner. Possession arrow, MCAT's direction, so back on offense. They go. Wide open over there is Gayworth. He's going to go all the way. Nope, he's going to pass it back to Gelb. That one's long. Gabe battles the rebound. It's interesting how the MCATs have not gone back to Weinstock. I mean, he only has 2. It looks like they're going to try to go the whole rest of this half without even giving him a chance to get 3. Interesting strategy. Hasn't seemed to hurt them. They'll go back to Avi Schwartz, though, as he tries to check back in. McAllister almost loses it. Needs help. Damaris comes and gets it. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Cam, fade away. No good. Was hoping for the foul. Refs do not call that. And here come the MCATs, still up 2. In that 2-3 zone. Actually, no, it's a man-to-man. It looked 2-3. Good ball movement. But Banks was not able to get it to go. But Greenberg with the rebound. Another one from Greenberg. It's killing them, these offensive rebounds. Canner for three. And Canner cans it. 21-16. It's the offensive rebound. It's just killing them. McAllister finds Caleb Dieters, who lays it in. They needed that bad. First hoop of this quarter. Down three. MCATs again for three. No good. Good box out by Plantinga. Gabe's able to get it up to Cam. Cam's going to fire in and out. Crowd groans. The MCATs are going to hold at least to get it under 10 seconds here. Up three. Almost to the end of the first half. All the way to the hoop goes Gaywurtz. Gaywurtz is not able to get it in, so good defensive stand that last 25 seconds for the Crusaders. The big story of that second quarter was only scoring 2 points. Crusaders, though, on the other hand, let up only 5 points. As they had a 3-point lead at the quarter, now down 3. So I'm sorry, that would mean they let up 8 points. Got outscored 8-2 in the second quarter. Here come the cheerleaders. Let's watch them and enjoy. All right, dance routine, halftime dance routine by the elementary school, Waynesville Christian junior cheerleaders. Always get an exciting cheer from the crowd. So once again, we're at halftime. The MCATs from Maimonides. I had to learn that one last year when they came in to play the Crusaders. All Jewish school from Brookline. Great relationship that started last year. The Crusaders didn't go to Brookline this year, but they did last year. So hopefully they'll keep that going. It'll be a good similar size schools. They're both D4, and it's just kind of a cool partnership to be able to play someone further out that plays other teams, not near your conference, not near any of the towns that you're typically playing. Big challenge as the MCATs come in undefeated. Again, they do play a lot of teams that really are in the class of Whitensville, but they're full of seniors, full of experience. Only 3 guys on their team aren't seniors. So been back and forth, though. The Crusaders held the lead for a lot of the first quarter. They got down in the beginning, but then they went on a run. Had the lead at the end of the first. Kind of kept the lead going early second quarter, but they just didn't score. They got 2 points. You just can't have that part of the problem is they're letting up the offensive rebound, especially from Josh Canner. And so I think rightfully so, Coach Badgham is trying to go for more rebounding, bring in Zach Hasey and Micah Dieters, bigger bodies, a little bit better rebounders, but then they just give up way too much offense. Plantinga hasn't been hitting. So if Cam Demarison and Zeke Plantinga can start getting it going a little bit from outside, I think the Crusaders have a great chance to win this one. It would be a big win for them. They come in at 7-7. Whitensville in Division 4 slipped in the latest power rankings to 48. So again, like we said on Monday, they have very little hope to get into that top 32, the rankings. In order to qualify for the MIA state tournament, you have to be in the power rankings number 30, 1 through 32, and you get a bid. Regardless of your record, it's all based on wins, opponent, strength of schedule, all that kind of good stuff. And so if you get in the top 32, you get a game. But as we said Monday, if you're 500 or above, you qualify to do a play-in game. And so that's what the boys' team's hope is right now. They're 7-7. This game, I did not chalk it up as a win. If anything, I thought it would be pretty challenging. If they would win this, that'll put them in great position because they have coming up a couple of games they should be able to win. They should beat Assabet and have a really good chance to beat Valley Tech. Then St. Paul will be a big challenge for them. So need to get those wins. This one would be big for the cause for Whitensville for sure. Down 3 at halftime. I was looking at Division 4 for the power rankings just to see how many teams outside of the top 32 had 500 records or more. Right now, 13 teams in Division 4 that are outside of the top 32 would have a play-in game. That can change, still plenty of time to go. More could be added or some could fall out of that. There's of those 13 teams, 6 of them are ranked ahead of the Crusaders. So my assumption there is what happens is with the 32 teams, you go backwards. So the best, you count it down from 32 backwards. And so with the Crusaders being the 7th best record that could potentially get a play-in team, the interesting matchups right now that are hovering there are Frontier, which isn't that interesting, but the other two are. Northbridge, right next door, is, because they're ranked 27th right now. So they're right in that mix, depending on what happens, where a play-in game could be at Northbridge, which I think would be ideal for Whitensville because it's essentially a home game because you could get as many fans there as you want. They're right next door. You're not going to Frontier, which is in the western part of the state. Or another interesting potential is this team right here. The MCATs are right in there. They're number 25 right now. So this is, a lot of things would have to go right, but this is a potential rematch play-in game. So, but it goes to show you as you look on tonight, the Crusaders get a play-in game. That's not an automatic loss. They would have a very good chance at that game to get into that first round. Then it might get tough, but you'd be playing with house money. Some of the other DVC teams in the latest power rankings, Nipmunk, they're in Division 3. They slipped outside of the top 32, so Nipmunk has to get going. They're 33. Sutton in Division 4, they stayed at 30, so they're still in there in Division 4. Hopedale's in Division 5. They went up from 12 to 10. Blue Raiders trying to get in that top 8 to get all those home games. The Douglas Tigers, they went up from 9 to 7 in Division 5. And then, like I said, Northbridge is 27th in Division 4. Uxbridge is 20th in Division 4. WCS girls are 42nd. They went in tonight with a 7-8 record. But they played an earlier game. I'd love to know, see if I can get one of their attention at some point, see if they won, because they're here now watching the boys. So they went into 7-8. If they beat Southbridge, then that would have made them 8-8. They're in a very similar position as the boys. They need a 500 record or better to climb into a play-in game. By the way, before this, Crusader JV boys team got their first win. They had been winless all season. They beat the MCATS JV squad pretty convincingly. It was close there with a few minutes left, but they went on a tear and ended up winning that, I think, 15 or 16 points. So once again, same starters for Whitensville as they start the third quarter. Second quarter, only 2 points. Weinstock comes back in with his 2 personal. He sat most of that first half for the MCATs. Right away, they give up a steal. That's just not how you want to start the second half. As now the MCATs going right to left on your screen, blue with red numbers. There's Weinstock. He's got Caleb on him. Weinstock goes to work. As the MCATs missed that, Weinstock gets it off the glass and in. 5-point lead for Maimonides. 23-18, just getting started here. Bad, they had the possession, but man, a bad start with that turnover. Damaris all the way to the rim. That's not going to go. He was hoping to get fouled. He's got to get up. He does. Canner cradles it and gets it back out to Rainen Gawertz. Greenberg. Canner stops, pops, nails it. You can tell that Josh Canner, who started out a little cold early, he hit a couple big threes, and now that too, he feels like he's got it going. Now it's a 7-point lead. Crusaders are going to need their offense here. McAllister for 3. That one's no good. Avi Schwartz gets the board. They got to stay on Canner, but they get it down to Weinstock. Schwartz for 3. Swish. Right away, they got to call time. As a very different start to this one. Now that lead has ballooned out to 10, 28-18. As the MCATs lead over the Crusaders deflates the crowd a little bit. Once again, a veteran senior team for the MCATs. Haven't lost a game. Crusaders played them really well, especially in that first quarter. But the firepower right now, starting the second half, has been too much. See what Coach Badgerman can draw up. It's got to be frustrating, a little deflating for the coach when, he gets his team in the locker room, draws up I'm sure a play from the sidelines, and man, they threw the ball away right away, gave it back to the MCATs. All right, so see what Crusaders came up with at halftime. Plenty to go here, but down 10. They need to get their offense going. A little bit shell-shocked. See if Gabe Dieters can settle them down. A little follow-away one-hander. Caleb rips it away. Gets the foul and the bucket. Pumps his fist towards the bench. Just what the doctor ordered. The senior captain, Caleb Dieters, going to need to take over a little bit here. 28-20, there's 6 even on the third quarter game clock. That's going to be long for Caleb. Greenberg ends up with the board. Crusaders look like they got a little bit more hop to their step, but man, they got to get out on those 3 balls. That one rattles in. Raynon Gaywords. Cam's thought he was going to try to match him, decides not to. Throws it away. Caleb can't get it. It goes in the backcourt. Ball back with an 11-point lead. Right now, the Crusaders have to weather the storm a little bit. The MCATs are just red hot from 3. Extend out a little bit, contest, get them thinking a little bit more and go cold again like they were in the first quarter. That's some steals would help too. Greenberg's going to go all the way to the rim. Jonathan Greenberg, little left-handed layup. 33-20 is the lead. Crusaders a little tentative on offense as well. Shooter's got to shoot. Isaiah does. Can't get it again. Caleb with the board. Caleb Dieter's trying to single-handedly keep his teammates in it. 33-23 or 33-22. 5 minutes left, third quarter. That time, Raynon can't get it to go. So first trip, I feel like, oh man, almost a travel. Canner gets it. Dylan's back. Canner gets it to Schwartz. No good. Not a great offensive possession there. Caleb feeling it. Cam sets, fires. No good. Damaris looked like he thought he had that one. I thought he did too. In and out. Great little drive by Raynon Gaywords. 35-22. MCAT's 13-point lead, third quarter. Zach Casey's going to come in. Try to change some luck here for Whitensville. Cam again. This time it goes. Swish. Cam Damaris. 35-25. Big 3 by Cam. Canner all the way. Oh, it's swatted into the seats by Plantinga. Plantinga with the hops that time. Great defensive stand there by Isaiah, who'll go to the bench. Looks like he's limping a little bit, Zeke is. So that's timeout now by Maimonides. So, and the Crusaders, or the cheerleaders come back out. Once again, it's these offensive droughts like the second quarter, early third that get the Crusaders against really good teams in trouble. The games where they didn't have those big droughts like Douglas and Sutton here at home, they won those games. They always show up on defense. So I think the MCATs, good timeout there. The lead is still 10, but it looked like they were kind of getting anything they wanted on offense, but a couple of bad trips, meaning they just really didn't get good shots. I'm sure Coach Gelb making sure they know. We're hitting, guys. Let's move the ball and get an open look. Crusaders got to keep getting defensive stops and good looks on offense and trust their shooters. They're a little bit tentative, except for Caleb Dieters. He's been kind of carrying them on the block. They get it down low to Greenberg. Greenberg was able to use his big body to get that hoop. Great inbounds play. Drawn up at the bench, 37-25. Just under 4 to play third quarter. Gabe looks like he's going to go to work. The freshman maintains the pivot foot. No good. Gets his own board. Gabe Dieters back up and in. 37-27. If the Crusaders can get some stops here, get this thing back in double digits. MCAT's back to work on offense. Zach Gelb, number 43, back in. He's got Caleb on him. Man-to-man D. Rolling to the hoop, wide open. Is Raynon Gaywords again for 2 more. Micah Dieters is going to come in. Caleb, good up fake to the left. And it goes, 39-29. So again, offense has picked up a little bit here, staying in the game, but they need some stops here. 2:40 left, third quarter. Canner spins on Zach. Three-pointer by Gelb. Shows everybody the three fingers like we didn't know. So 42-29. McAllister was looking for Gabe. He gets it stolen that time by Greenberg. Greenberg charges through. Dylan McAllister, great play by Dylan. Giving up probably about 100 pounds from Greenberg, and he took the charge. Pops right back up. Here comes Micah Dieter. So once again, this lineup gives them a little bit better defense and rebounding. Down 13 though. Who's going to score? Gabe, Caleb, Dieters are going to have to carry a lot of the scoring punch. Micah looking down low to Caleb. Caleb doesn't really have anything. He's double teamed, but he rolls. Oh, he had it, but he lost it. Out of the pack comes Rainen Gaywords all the way to the cup for two. 44-29. 15-point lead. It's ballooned to. Caleb Dieters can't get it. Weinstock back in. Canner all the way to the hoop. No good. Good play by Micah Dieters. Micah has it if he wants to. He kind of flips it up there. No good. Casey. Man. Avi Schwartz real aggressive there as Casey had it. Was going to give it up to his guard. And Schwartz barreled him over. That's going to be two on Schwartz. (44-29). Just over a minute to play third quarter. Someone's going to have to shoot with this lineup. Probably going to have to be Caleb. Dieters, good spin. Can't get that to go. Here comes. Wide open is Weinstock. Oh, Weinstock. Cold off the bench probably, but for three, Schwartz. Soft touch from Avi Schwartz rattles in. (47-29). The ball is tied up. So back to the MCATs. Been a huge third quarter for the MCATs. They have this up to 18 now, as they can't miss from three. They've had a couple that have bounced out and back in again. This team, so many seniors, you can tell. I mean, they've been playing together a long time, and they've been waiting for this year. This is their year. Their JV team looked really not the strongest. So Micah Dieter's able to rip that down. They called a foul on Aaron Banks. That's his first. 4 team fouls on the MCATs. That's not going to really matter, I don't think. Although if they do pick up a foul here, they'll get to the free throw line. Micah to Gabe Dieters. Gabe Dieters is going to get called for an offensive foul. Gets the MCATs bench up. Cheering on Aaron Banks. This one's 18. Once again, the away team from Brookline will look for the last shot. That's going to be Gayworth again. What a third quarter Rainen has had. The number 3, the point guard. So that lead they had, as you go by quarter, Crusaders had a 3-point first quarter lead. They were down 3 at halftime, and now they're down 20. So you figured you might see it. A lot of veteran offensive firepower for this team from Brookline. So 8 minutes left, down 20. Crusaders are going to need a lot of things to go right. Right now, Coach Badgham is not even talking about the victory. What he's just probably telling them, let's play these first 3 minutes extremely hard and just try to win the next 3 minutes. If you're going to win the next 3 minutes, by say 5 to 8 points, now with 5 minutes left, you have an outside chance. You gotta break it down. When you're down 20 with only a quarter left, you gotta break it down to bite-sized pieces. Looking at 20 points, sometimes you just get really despondent. Cam and Zach come back in. Dylan McAllister will get his first break. It's tough without the point guard, but I think they're hoping for the rebounding and offense. See if this lineup, which hasn't played together all game, can be the magic for Coach Badgham. Good defense. Cam gets a lane. Cam will draw a foul. Rainen Gewirtz is not super pumped about that call. That's going to be only his second. So Cam makes both. All right, good start. Now they needed some stops. Right now the MCAT's playing with such confidence. It's like everything they fire up there, whether it's from inside the lane for 2 or 3-pointers, they're all going in. So Crusaders just need to keep their defense. They're in that zone, but they're extended out. They need good hands. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Banks gets in the lane. He's going to get it back out. That time, Schwartz wasn't able to get it to go. It's the stop that they needed, but now you need to go back on offense. Gabe Dieter's will, no good. Cam crashed, but nothing to show for it. Zeke working hard. Cam is too. He gets the. Oh man, I thought they got a foul on Cam. Said they got a travel down there by Avi Schwartz, number 2. Coach Gelb uses his bench really well, but he can. I mean, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seniors on this team. Handoff. Zach slips a little bit. He gets back up. Plantinga for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Schwartz. Here he comes. He throws it ahead. Wide open is Canner. Canner doesn't even bring the ball down. Just receives it, puts it in. Great pass, great look by Rainen Gewirtz. 51-31, 6 minutes to play. Wow, Cam Damaris really fortunate. Cam sometimes does that to create space, and he extended his arm a little bit. The refs weren't going to call it, and then Rainen Gewirtz kind of went flying to the floor, and they called it on Rainen. Third for him. Caleb has it in the corner. Tried to get Plantinga, loses it. Here comes Schwartz. Plantinga tries to steal it back, but they get Zeke for his first personal foul. That's one team foul on Whitinsville. There's 2 team fouls on the MCATs. Cats back on offense. Why not if you're Raymond Gayworth? He's been hot all second half. Barely came out, but of course, there's Canner for yet another rebound. Canner goes to work with his left. Gabe Dieters tried to stay with him. Everything going right here for the MCATs. Zach Casey has it in the corner. Cam Damaris fires, rattles out. Zeke Skies going to get a foul on the floor. Zeke looked like he had it, and he got hacked a little bit in there. So Brady Gorman's going to get some action here. Timeout's called. See what the cheerleaders have for us this time. Well, that adds a lot of cuteness to the atmosphere here, which is definitely needed. With the Crusaders down 22. Not going to get this one most likely, barring a miracle. 4:54 left, so Coach Badgerman just wants them to fight hard, continue to develop good habits that you can carry into the next game against Assabet. Cam all the way to the hole. He was lefty, but he can't get it to roll. So the MCATs will work some clock here. Why not with Raymond Gayworth? He has been tremendous all game. Off the glass and in. Good drive by the senior point guard, number 3. 55-31. Puntinga's going to take the point with no Gabe Dieters or Dylan McAllister. Brady Gorman for 3. No good. Out of bounds. Puntinga was able to hustle for the rebound on that one. Be interesting to see what this MCATS team does in the state tournament. Right now, as I said, they're ranked number 25. As I said, if you missed it at halftime, if you were getting snacks, I said it's actually possible these two teams can meet again in a play-in situation if the Crusaders get there and they get matched up with the MCATs. That would be in Brookline, however, if that happens. So I think Coach Badman would rather a Northbridge matchup where we could just go walk right next door and play and actually get some fans as well. Canner just had a great game. Puts another one in. Josh Canner, he wasn't really scoring in that first quarter, but how many offensive rebounds, second chance points, that kept the MCATs right there as they were ice cold from the field. Puntinga stops, pops, rattles out, man. As many balls that went out and back in for the MCATs went in and out for the Crusaders tonight. Good pass down low. Greenberg, oh boy, Zach Casey Zach's a tough kid. Looks like he hurt his ankle pretty bad. See if he can put any weight on it. He needs help. Zach, who strong soccer player, senior, captain. Does not fake injuries and is a very strong kid. So no matter how strong you are, you twist your ankle like that, there's only so much you can do. The hope now is that it won't blow up on him and it's just a twist and not a bad sprain. He looks like in a lot of pain over there though. Sprained ankles can be painful. So they get a chance to get Brady Gorman in again for 3. No good. A couple guys in off the bench. Jimmy Dudley is in, as well as Mason Barnett, number 20. They don't see a lot of playing time. Good experience of those guys. They'll put in the MCATs will put in their end of the bench as well. Barnett gets the rebound. Dudley. Come on, Dudley, look for your offense. Jimmy, all the way to the hole. Jimmy Dudley gets 2. And a night that didn't go Crusaders' way. That's a little bit of good news. MCAT's back on offense, trying to get their end of the bench in, but there hasn't been a whistle. They call timeout. They want to get their guys in. (59-33). See one last cheerleading. Wow, man. Anytime I see a split, I'm out. Good cartwheels, good form. Perfect job for the junior cheerleaders. So the MCATs once again with a ton of seniors. Only one senior two seniors actually didn't get any playing time. Aaron Banks, Josh Kanner, Nate Weinstock, Rainen Gewirtz, Avi Schwartz, and Jonathan Greenberg, all with a ton of playing time. So they're going to bring in Nadev Sprung, who has the ball now. He's a sophomore. They're going to need him next year for sure. And Danny Misigi, also a sophomore. So those two will be big players for the MCATs next season. Shot clock almost, and it does because that ball did not hit the rim. So shot clock goes. Crusaders still have Isaiah in from the starting lineup. Other than that, it's Brady Gorman and Micah Dieters, Jimmy Dudley, and Mason Barnett. 1:19 to play in this one. Does Plantingo get himself to the free throw line? So once again, a very close first half. But second half was all Maimonides. I got to keep working on that. Maimonides. I even spelled it phonetically. Because last year I just said Maimonides, and it didn't sound good. So Isaiah makes us first. We're going to give player of the game to the MCATs. Rainen Gewirtz. Didn't do a lot scoring-wise in the first half, but, man, carried the play. But I could have given it to any one of 3 or 4 guys. Avi Schwartz had a great first half. And Josh Kanner definitely had an amazing game as well. On the glass, rebounding, offensive rebounding, and got his offense going in the second half as well. Player of the game for Crusaders is Caleb Dieters. He kept him in it for a while in that second half, but Caleb unable to get enough to match the firepower of the MCATs. Probably one of the big stories going into the next game here is the availability of Zach Casey. As Micah Dieter's no good, Zach Casey over there has a big thing of ice around that ankle. Is it a sprain? Is it a really bad twist, that can really hurt? But the twist, if it doesn't really blow up on you, can recover quickly. But a bad sprain, he'll probably at least be out Friday and really hope to get him back next week. Micah, good power dribble, no good. He gets it blocked by Danny Missigey. This will be the last opportunity. I don't even know if they'll shoot it. They will not, so that will do it. MCATs come all the way from Brookline. Senior field team, strong Division IV matchup. Wins it over the Crusaders, 59-35. Crusaders will go on the road Friday night, but we'll be back for the girls varsity on Friday at 5 p.m. So an early start, so put it in your calendar. In the meantime, have an amazing night. God bless everyone.